morning as the grid forms up for the opening round of the 500cc World Championship. 22 laps of this 5.89 kilometre circuit here at Suzuka. Grand Prix 1, the new class, and in pole position, Texan Kevin Swans. He's already won this race riding the Lucky Strike Suzuki on 3 previous occasions. Alongside him on the front row, Homner, the Japanese rider, riding a Yamaha. Doug Chandler, his teammate. Wayne Gardner and Michael Doohan on the second row of the grid. Number 2 riding the Rothmans Honda, and they're underway. It's a tremendous start by Swans. Number 34 riding the Lucky Strike Suzuki, 3rd in the championship last year, and Swans leads the way. Number 10, Doug Chandler, his new teammate, in 2nd place. Michael Doohan 3rd. In 4th place, John Kaczynski, and it looks like Australian Wayne Gardner in 5th place, also riding a Rothmans Honda. No doubt about the leader, Schwantz leads. Chandler so impressive in the wet during practice. Fastest in Friday afternoon's qualifying session in 2nd place. Doohan number 2. Gardner now up into 4th place, relegating Kaczynski to 5th. We look for world champion Wayne Rainey. We can't see him at the moment. No doubt about the leader. Schwantz, Chandler, Doohan, Gardner, Kaczynski. Gardner number 5, 4th fastest at the moment. Tumbled in practice and injured his ankle, but determined to do well, as is Swans. Chandler, Doohan, Gardner, Kaczynski. Number 17, Miguel de Hamel, riding the Yamaha, also going well in his first ever 500cc Grand Prix. The conditions couldn't be worse, and there's Randy Momola, back in Grand Prix racing after a 2 years absence. At the back of that pack, riding the Budweiser Yamaha, and somebody's gone, it's Crevier. The Spanish rider riding the Kamsa Honda, he's gone. So Alex Crevier out of the race. Swans still leads. Chandler in 2nd place. Gardner now up into 3rd place, number 5. Doohan 4th, Kaczynski 5th. Miguel de Hamel in 6th place, that's Kaczynski. But Chandler and Swans really riding very well indeed out in the front. Swans and Chandler and Gardner pushing them hard in 3rd place. Two Lucky Strike Suzuki's out in front. Gardner on the Rothmans Honda still in 3rd place. Big, powerful machines to ride in such difficult conditions, and Gardner's gone. The 1987 world champion has crashed once again. He's down into the dirt. He tries to pick up the new bike. Doesn't look so new now, does it? Very second-hand indeed. Rips off the pieces of the fairing, but he's going to get back in the race. Surely not. Gardner, there we are, slow motion into the dirt. Before the bike has stopped, Gardner's already looking to get back in the race. And back in the race he goes. Wayne Gardner is back in the race. Pieces of the screen, pieces of the ferry. Oh, and Wayne Rainey's crashed. The current world champion is out of the race, number 1. The Marlboro Yamaha has gone. Where is Rainey? Is he okay? But Wayne Rainey out of the race, and there he is. So, the 1990 world champion out of the race, back at the front. Schwantz leads. His new teammate, Doug Chandler, pushing him all the way. And this is Gardner in very last place, but back in the race. Surely no world championship points for Wayne Gardner. What a disastrous opening round of the season for him. And another faller is de Hamel. They're going down like flies at the moment. Miguel de Hamel, what a dreadful debut for him in the 500cc class. The French-Canadian's gone, but what a race at the front. Doohan now closing on the 2 Lucky Strike Suzuki's, riding the Rothmans Honda, and Kaczynski also in there on the Marlboro Yamaha. And Chandler leads. Doug Chandler gets in front of his teammate Kevin Schwantz. Michael Doohan still in 3rd place, and John Kaczynski 4th. They break for the chicane. Doohan going up the outside now of Schwantz. Schwantz blocks him. Chandler, number 10, leads. Schwantz in 2nd place. Doohan 3rd. And Kaczynski looking very threatening indeed in 4th place. So, 26-year-old Doug Chandler leads. In 2nd place, Kevin Schwantz. In 3rd place, Michael Doohan. And 4th place, John Kaczynski. But Chandler's pulling away from the rest of the field. What a ride. His debut ride for the Lucky Strike Suzuki team. Only his 2nd year of Grand Prix racing, and Doohan's got up the inside of Schwantz. Doohan in 2nd place, Schwantz relegated to 3rd. Schwantz now surely going to get after Doug Chandler in front of him. Doohan, who almost didn't qualify because of the rain in that final qualifying session. Second in the World Championship last year. Only his 4th season of Grand Prix racing, he's just starting. Tipped by many as a future world champion, he's up into 2nd place. And that's the gap. Chandler leads, number 10. 26-year-old Californian, former USA Superbike champion. Doohan 2nd place. Kaczynski up into 3rd, Swans relegated to 4th. Chandler number 10, Doohan 2nd, Kaczynski 3rd, Swans 4th. So what a battle at the front between these 4 riders in appalling conditions. Chandler still leads, Doohan closing all the time, Kaczynski in 3rd place, Swans 4th. Swans 18 Grand Prix victories to his credit, but at the moment having a tough old time. And that's the gap. Chandler won a 20-yard advantage over Doohan. They're at the hairpin. Oh, and Kaczynski's gone. Kaczynski's gone at the hairpin. The former 250cc world champion, he's trying to pick up the bike, he's trying to do a Wayne Gardner. And back in the pits, Kenny Roberts, the team manager, can only look at the monitors and keep his fingers crossed, and Doohan's now closing all the time on Chandler. Visibly closing in the wet there. Doohan on the outside, Chandler on the inside. Round the spoon into the fastest part of the circuit. It'll be interesting to compare the speed of the Suzuki and the Honda here. And following the demise of Kaczynski, Shinichi Ito, the Japanese rider, is up into 4th place. What a battle at the front. Doohan leads. For the first time in this race, Michael Doohan takes the lead. The Australian riding the Rothman Honda leads. In 2nd place, Doug Chandler, the Californian on the Lucky Strike Suzuki. They brake hard for the chicane. Twitch of the front wheel there from Doohan. Right and left. That familiar style of Michael Doohan all over the bike as he goes round the long right-hander into the start and finish straight. Doohan leads. Chandler in 2nd place. And Doohan just opening up a slight advantage, and Swans dropping back in 3rd place. The new NSR Rothman's Honda. Doohan told us before the race it was a lot more rider-friendly. There couldn't be a better test for man in the machine than these appalling conditions around the Suzuka circuit. 22 laps, the test of anybody. But Chandler, if anything, is hanging onto the back wheel of Doohan. Tremendous Grand Prix ride. A debut ride in the Lucky Strike Suzuki team for Doug Chandler, the 26-year-old Californian. But Doohan out in front. 20 World Championship points beckoning the Australian from the Gold Coast, being tipped by many as the 1992 World Champion. And don't forget, Wayne Rainey is out of the race, he's crashed. And Doohan, inch by inch, kilometre by kilometre, just prizing opening a slight advantage over Chandler. But Chandler surely would be delighted just to hang on to 2nd place. That's the gap between the 2 leaders. Number 2 is Doohan, and number 10 is Chandler. Round the hairpin. The water pouring off the back wheel of the Honda as Doohan accelerates away. You just caught a glimpse of Kevin Schwantz in 3rd place. And Wayne Gardner now is beginning to plough his way back through the field. Would you believe it? Gardner never knows when to quit. Number 5, half the fairing hanging off, no screen, but Wayne Gardner is back in the race and fighting his way through the field. Just look at the rear seat of the Honda, tremendous dent there. But Gardner does not know when to quit. The 1987 World Champion, one of the most popular riders on the Grand Prix scene, and he'll be delighted that his teammate Michael Doohan leads the race. Doohan starts his 4th year of Grand Prix racing. As I say, tipped by many as a favourite for the World Championship. But surely after this ride, Doug Chandler, I'll be watching a future World Champion in progress. Number 19 is Neil Mackenzie. Number 52 there is Fujiwara. And we look for Gardner through the spray, and here he comes. Gardner is carving great lumps out of this field. He was very last following his crash, but now he's back in the points and chasing after the Japanese riders and Scotsman Neil Mackenzie in front of him. A truly remarkable ride by the 1987 world champion. Starting the season uninjured for the first time for a long time. But this is his teammate doohan. 20 points beckon the 26-year-old from the Gold Coast. And another faller. Number 33. That's Catalano, the Italian, riding a 500cc Yamaha. He's back in the race. And Donna Gardner, Wayne Gardner's wife, just cannot believe the performance of her husband. So Gardner closes on Ohishi in front of him. Neil Mackenzie just in front of him also. Gardner now is chasing real big world championship points. And he's passed Ohishi. It's Mackenzie who's in front of him now. He's up into 8th place. And Gardner, no mood for hanging around. That's Fujiwara just in front of him. He's up the inside of Fujiwara at the hairpin. They touch. Oh! Fujiwara holds the advantage. Gardner's foot goes down, a shake of the head, but he hangs onto the bike. This man does not know when he's beaten. So he's got it all to do again. That doesn't worry Wayne Gardner. Oshishi in front of him, he's got up the inside. He's through. So Fujiwara is going to have another go at the Japanese rider. That's Fujiwara, number 52. Gardner, number 5. Fujiwara in 9th place, Wayne Gardner in 10th place. And Neil Mackenzie in 8th place in front of him. Nervous times for the team. Mackenzie, Fujiwara, Gardner. And Gardner going to make his move up the inside of the chicane. He's got the advantage on the brake, surely. He's done it. Gardner's through. What a ride by Wayne Gardner. Now there's Neil Mackenzie in front of him. Who knows where he's going to finish up in this race? Mackenzie 19, Gardner number 5. They twitch their way through that long right-hander to the start and finish straight. Gardner, no screen to protect him from the rain, but he's pulling up now behind Neil Mackenzie, the Scotsman, riding the Yamaha. Mackenzie happily back into full-time Grand Prix racing. But he's about to receive the treatment that most of the riders have in this race. And Gardner chasing 6th place. Is there a gap there for him? No, but surely he's going to get past Mackenzie any moment now. And he's gone up the outside. Gardner up into 6th place. Mackenzie relegated to 7th. In front of him now, Randy Momola in 5th place. Surely Gardner can't catch him. Well, a great Grand Prix ride from a gutsy Grand Prix competitor, Wayne Gardner. No screen, bits of fairing hanging off. It doesn't stop him. He's now up into 6th place. This is Gardner. Mackenzie getting a bit of a toe. Gardner 6th. Mackenzie 7th. And the leader, Michael doohan, unaware of all the drama behind him. Down the main start and finish straight, the 26-year-old. Delighted with the performance during testing of the new NSR Rothmans Honda. Not so happy during practice when he almost didn't qualify, and that shower of rain in the final qualifying session almost caught him out. But Michael doohan at the front and looking very, very good indeed. His teammate Wayne Gardner having the ride of a lifetime. He's got Randy Momola in his sights. Gardner in 6th place, and there's Randy Momola, number 8 on the Budweiser Yamaha. And Gardner closes all the time. Momola, 2nd in the World 500cc Championship on no less than 4 occasions. Back in Grand Prix racing after a 2-year absence. But Gardner closes all the time. Momola 8, Gardner 5. 2 of the most experienced men in Grand Prix racing. 2 of the most popular men in Grand Prix racing. And Gardner's not going to wait. Oh, and Gardner's gone! Oh, what a disaster! Oh, and he crashes into the foam. And Gardner's hurt himself. Oh, what a disaster for the Australian. Wayne Gardner's race ends in disastrous style. Gardner obviously in all sorts of problems. He loses the front end of the Rothmans Honda. He slides across the track and he goes into the barrier feet first. Oh, what a sad, sad end to a great ride. And Gardner obviously in terrible pain. And the picture in his pits says it all. The leader, Michael Doohan, surely now on his way to a maximum 20 points at the opening 500cc Grand Prix of the season. Doohan, very impressive in the dry practice sessions, equally impressive in this very wet race. He's chasing his 5th Grand Prix victory. Surely now he's on his way to winning the opening round of the World 500cc Championship. And if anything, the conditions are getting worse. But Doohan paying scant regard to the conditions. His Michelin tyres hanging onto the track well. He looks well in control of the situation. Surely now on his way to Grand Prix victory number 5 for the 26-year-old from the Gold Coast of Australia. Concentrating hard as the race draws to a close. The familiar style accelerates away. Just a little twitch of the rear end of the Honda there. I think we can forgive him for that. The puddle's still going across the track. Sits up and brakes. A familiar left knee comes out, just kisses the track as he goes round the left-hander. Accelerates away. Spray once again kicking up from the rear Michelin tyre of the NSR Rothmans Honda, now on the fastest part of the circuit. 170, 175 miles an hour before he sits up for the left-hander. 2 years ago, of course, Doohan went down here, brought down world champion Eddie Lawson at the same bend. No such problems in 1992. Into the chicane. Flicks it right, flicks it left, flicks it right again for the long right-hander down the hill towards the checkered flag. The checkered flag now being readied for Michael Doohan, and Michael Doohan wins the Japanese Grand Prix, the opening round of the World 500cc Championship. Puts his hand in the air. I'm sure he's glad it's all over in such appalling conditions. But a 20-point maximum for Michael Doohan, and a great ride by this man, number 10, Doug Chandler. 15 World Championship points from the Californian riding the Lucky Strike Suzuki. No wonder he's pleased. The Australian flag proudly displayed by Doohan as he comes back into the pits. Doohan on the rostrum, waves to the crowd. A smile from Michael Doohan, alongside him Doug Chandler. And alongside them on the right-hand side, a bit of a wry smile there from Kevin Schwantz. But the champagne flows for 26-year-old Australian Michael Doohan. Confirmation, Doohan wins. Chandler in second place, Schwantz third, Ito fourth, and a great return to Grand Prix racing in fifth place by Californian Randy Momola.
Yeah, I was just saying to Doug at one stage there, Doug must have had a moment, and I kind of had a bit of a sneak coming out of the hairpin, and I thought it was Kevin, like the bike coming around, and I thought he's right on my back wheel again, and I thought, oh no, you know, I'll wait until I come back around, and then I realised it must have been him, you know, but there for a while I thought he was coming right back. But I thought, you know, the last 10 laps these guys were going to fire back up again, but I was lucky enough that they didn't.